Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the ninth zodiac sign, which is Sagittarius. So I had to do a little bit of study on Sagittarius. No offense, guys, but I never really studied it. So this should be an interesting video. Make sure I don't butcher anything. So the ninth zodiac sign, it goes from November 22nd to December 21st. It's a mutable sign in the fire element. So it means that they're very changeable, similar like Gemini in the air. So what that means essentially is that, like, even though they're a fire sign, like Leo was like a fixed sign, that means that they're very fixed in their ways. They're not going to change. They're stubborn, prideful. I didn't even give them any advice in my video. That was probably my worst video because I didn't give them any advice because I know they won't take it. And then there is the Aries as well, which was the cardinal sign for fire, which means that they're like the pioneering force, like to innovate, start new businesses, etc. So Sagittarius is a bit different. They do have the passion of all the other fire signs as well, of course. However, they can change and they will adapt very well. Like I have a friend that literally he was a director, and then he literally ended up becoming like going to university now. Completely different spheres of life, but he was able to adapt to it quite quickly. He doesn't even like school, but he still did it just because like that's how they are. They can still adapt to different things and their passions can actually change through life. A weakness with that is that some people might view that as like superficial, but it's actually not. It just means that they know what they want in life, but sometimes their priorities can change, but they do get each thing done, which differs them from the Gemini. Geminis will actually not get things done. They'll just be a jack of all trades, and then they'll just divulge into one thing, then before finishing it, move on to something else. Whereas a Sagittarius now will actually divulge into one thing, master it, get what they need out of it, and then still move on to something else after, but they actually accomplish the goal along the way. So when they actually change methods or change strategy, they actually like have already learned and gained something from their prior experience, which makes them far different from other mutable signs. Why I bring them up like that. But aside from that, we do have people in the Sagittarius sign like Brad Pitt, Nicki Minaj. So these are people I would say that have switched a lot of roles in their life. Nicki Minaj is like settled down. I don't know if she's retired or not. We'll see. But that's what you get from them, is that they can literally have one set of priorities and switch to the next. Those are like prime examples that I would say. If you guys want more, let me know, but I'd say those two would be like the best like definition of a Sagittarius. Like Brad Pitt has acted in numerous different roles where he's like a brute, like in Troy, and then he'll just be like a nerd in another movie where he can't even fight. So a lot of people find that very hard to do, where they'll be like, okay, I play a specific role like comedy, and I'll just stay with comedy, or I'm an action star, stay action star. So that's what makes them a lot different. But to get more into the definition now of Sagittarius, like they are, of course, it's the archer. So you have like an arrow. And then you get these people that literally they analyze things a lot, and they can like literally be people that like they have like a sword like tongue. Like they can be abusive, they have a very, very hot temper, and they have a hard time with their spouse specifically from what I've read up on them. Just because they are Jupiter, represented by the planet Jupiter, which means that like just like the sun, Jupiter considers itself the center of the universe. It does give you good monetary success and extremely good luck. However, this also can lead to needing like over attention, meaning like they actually view themselves like they need to be in the limelight all the time, even when it doesn't necessitate them to be in that position. So no offense if I'm offending any Sagittarius, is my bad, but that's actually how it is. So what you can do to remedy that, just understand that people definitely do notice you, and just use your skills and your talents and your achievements, but don't talk about them. Like actually let people say good job instead of like asking for that approval or asking for that attention. It will naturally come to you because you are a fire sign, and like there's definitely of course going to be different decans that are going to have different sort of like influences. Like the first decan's the most, from like November 22nd to November 28th, is going to be like the most like egotistical Sagittariuses. Then after that, which like you get like different planetary influences that make them more like seldom, more not wanting to be in the limelight, but just in control of situations, which can also be a problem at times. But nonetheless, they do have very good skills for acquiring properties, money. What I'd recommend for people in the Sagittarius region is that because you're very adaptable, sales can suit you. You're versatile as well. Sorry about the noise, guys, on the road. But also what can suit you is like I've noticed a lot of like scientists, political reformers, people that like to just like pretty much analyze things. So like if you're, the asset that you would bring to a company is the fact that you can see what it's lacking, and then you can actually give it what it needs. So that can go anything from like accounting to researchers and law firms, bookkeepers, these are the type of jobs that would suit you best. Am I saying that's what you should do? No, because like the thing about it, like I said, it's a mutual sign. So you guys can be somebody who wants to be in the back at one point, like just a bookkeeper, and then want to be on center stage next week. So it all really depends like what you actually want to do, and then to let that fire blaze in that way. Only other thing I want to recommend though with weaknesses is don't make the fire burn out too much. What you guys can learn from Leos is that Leos will like stick with things and like actually hunt it, whereas Sagittarius will stick with something, but if they don't get the proper recognition or that pat on the back like right away, like they're just gonna end up like just saying screw it and just like whatever. Like they tend to finish things, but at the same time, if things don't go to their expectations, there may be a hint of like resent for even trying it in the first place, and then they end up just not getting it done at all. So that's the thing. So you just got to watch out for those things. But aside from that, that's like the basic fundamentals of the Sagittarius essentially. Like when we get into the decans, it's going to be a lot different just because, like I said, the first decan is like the major Sagittarius. Then like that's with every zodiac sign. The first part of it's always like it has the full brunt force of it. But then as you go further into the calendar year, you then get like different influences on them as well. Also, it has number 9 there, so obviously for all my numerology fans, like this is the 9th zodiac sign. So these guys are definitely humanitarians as well. They do definitely care about like the earth and the people within it. If not, they'll care about people in their own culture. Like they'll actually, like if let's say you're African American or you're Middle Eastern, like a Sagittarius will tell you all about their culture, and they'll be the people that keep up with like conspiracy theories. They'll be people who keep up with all of these things just because they tend to always want to indulge and know things around. So it could play good and bad. Just don't be a know-it-all, of course. Try to give other people a chance to speak as well, and you can always learn from everybody. But aside from that, like that should cover Sagittarius, at least for the basic definition. There's obviously a lot more to them, of course, but we're going to go over that when I go over the decans and so forth as well. So thank you guys very much for listening today. I'll be back tomorrow with the Capricorn video, then Aquarius, then Pisces, and we'll be done. And I'm going to go back and actually delve back into numerology a bit, and then that's going to be a whole other concept, because I'm going to start combining what I was teaching with the astrological signs with the numerology as well. I'm going to do a bit of a bridge series on that, and then dive more into what people have been asking for, like my experiences with Life Path 8, and I'm going to go into different things like that with the life paths and explain how to utilize them. Alright guys, so there's a lot more to come, and from now until 2021, I have a full calendar of stuff to go every single day, so I'm going to be as consistent as I can. All I need you guys to do is just subscribe for me and like, and dislike if you don't like my videos. I don't care. Dislike it. If you guys genuinely don't like what I'm saying or think my content is off, leave a comment for me. I'll debate you. It's fine. I love it. Alright guys, so thank you very much today. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it.